Join us, MrTruck.com, for truck reviews, trailer reviews, and accessory reviews. Mr. Truck here with another episode about my Project Jeep Wrangler, my first Jeep, man. I feel like Billy Jack. And we've done several things to this. Ruben, my mechanic in Greeley, has redone all the wiring on it, put a new cold air intake and a bunch of other stuff. So this time I took it way down south, and SFF Customs put different axles in there. Well, actually they fixed it all up. So now I've got lockers front and rear. And what it is it was a Dana 35 in the back. So in the back axle, he put one of those Ford Explorer axles, the 8.8, much heavier axle, much heavier built. And I'll show you pictures of that, side by side. Then that gives me 4 corner disc brakes, which I really like. And what we did too, it had 307 axle ratios, gears. We put in 410s. So now I can go somewhere. Before I had a hard time even taking off in two-wheel drive, and it was just not right. So I wanted to gear it down so I can kind of pedal along. I trail ride slowly. It's how I ride horses, slowly. I don't do this speed stuff. And I don't need to fly over the mountains. I just need to cruise along, daydream, have fun. So anyway, so now I got 410s. It's got a Spartan locker in the rear differential. It's got a Spartan limited slip in the front, gear driven. So that should be really good for snow and everything. And then we got to work on tires next. So we got all that done today, and now we're going to go and drive it this week. Next week, my eldest son and I are going to take his ATV, and I'm going to take the big bad Billy Jack Jeep, and we're going to go climb some mountains and have some fun up in the hills with the rocks. But we had a good day today. We got a lot of stuff done, and now I'm ready to really do something with this Jeep. We're getting closer and closer to being exactly what I want. Found out today too, it's got an X15 transmission. You know, it's had those Peugeot transmissions in them, like a lot of the, the Comanches and all those. Well, the guy that built this before me took the Peugeot and shipped it off somewhere. And I knew he talked about putting a Chrysler 5-speed, but he actually put an X15, which was developed by Toyota. So I got the best transmission in it, and that makes me happy. So things are moving right along, so I can go Jeeping. This is what we missed last year. I think Dave and I only went off-roading with our vehicles a couple times. And normally we're doing that at least 2 or 3 times a month. So now we're gonna get back on schedule and go have fun and keep working on this Jeep till it's perfect. I'll have to show you my steering wheel I put in the seat next, so I keep making it better. Put on the receiver hitch and a bumper on the rear. So we're rocking and rolling with my 1987 Jeep Wrangler, which has a 96 high output 4-liter, inline 6 with fuel injection. So we got the best of both worlds. We still got leaf springs, so we're never going to ride perfect, but we're going to work on that project too. So come join us, and I'll show you the axles. Mr. Truck here with another exciting trailer accessory review. This one's for your gooseneck trailer. It's from Gen Y Hitches. It's called the Cushion Surge Coupler, Torsion Flex. So it's kind of like a torsion axle on a horse trailer. And that inside here are those torsions. And so as this thing flexes, those will move up and down. Gen Y hitches. All you have to do is look at them. They're built like a bulldozer. It's all heavy-duty plate metal. Make them adjustable hitches, pencil hitches, shock-absorbing hitches with torsion, like a torsion axle on a horse trailer. These things will last you forever. You cannot find a better built adjustable hitch. Well, I'm here at SFF Customs getting my Jeep worked on. Here's the rear axle. This is this Ford 8.8. I have an Explorer, so now I have 4-wheel disc brakes. We're going to put 410 gears, and this one's going to have a Spartan locker in the rear. It's a gear locker. So cool. Getting the Jeep fixed up. So next week we can go rock crawl. David. Okay, there you see it. The Dana 35 in front there with its tracking bar. In the back you see the Ford Explorer 8.8. Look how much bigger the axle housings are. Now I got disc brakes. Look how much bigger the pumpkins are. Wow. The Ford just all around bigger axle, bigger differential, and disc brakes. Well, now we're on the front axle. Just pulled the shafts out. Going to start tearing the differential apart and get that Spartan limited slip in the front. So that Spartan's front and rear, the rear's going to be a locker and the front's going to be a limited slip. These gears might be a 307. They're very high road gears. I'm going to get a 410 so I can actually climb, not burn a clutch just to take off in 4 high. Well, there's my Spartan limited slip in the front axle. Getting it all put back together, make this thing quite the old rock crawler. So we're just going to be Spartan front and Spartan rear, just Spartan everywhere. And this is a 410. I think the other one might be like a 307 or so. Going from a 307 to 410 should be the big deal, because this thing needs a little more power. You don't want to keep burning the clutch whenever you take off in 4 high or 4 normal, 4.2. But anyway, we're making progress.
Don't go away, Mr. Chuck.tv. We'll be right back.
There's a couple brackets on the axle we cut off, or he cut off, because we didn't need them. And some of that was the tracking bar back there that you don't need. I couldn't figure out why you had one. Yep, there's the old drum brakes, the hydraulics. And we took all that off, put a nice axle with the disc brakes on. I'm so happy. Yes, much better braking. The brakes will last longer. That's why we have disc brakes now. It's the only way to go. Now I have 4-wheel disc brakes. Now for the front axle. And this one we're just going to go in the pumpkin and put in that locker. And so we have to, of course, pull the axles out a bit, take the pinion out, and then put in that new awesome Spartan. Yeah, that's where the pinion was. We got all that pulled out of there, and it's a Dana 30 on the front axle. Of course, there's a universal joint, and it's got a different adapter for the pinion, so we had to put that in there instead of what I did have. But there you see the empty pumpkin, and then we're adding everything back in there. That, I think, is the device you use to measure, get your gap right. And there it is. There's the locker, the old Spartan. It is in there. Well, back on the Jeep project. Got a couple things from Rugged Ridge. And that is the rear bumper for the old YJ Wrangler. And the other part is the receiver to go into the bumper. And this is where the new bumper's going to go. The old bumper's pretty plain and doesn't have a receiver. It's got a welded on bar for a ball. And that's about it. So we're going to replace that puppy, take my poor jack off, my handyman. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll figure it out. I may have to buy some more brackets just for the handyman. There's the receiver hitch. I get it all bolted on, then I'll put the bumper on. Even got loops for safety chain. Well, there it is. The bumper's attached. The receiver hitch is attached. It is so cool. Look at that. I got my receiver hitch so I can tow something. At least 2,000 pounds of something. Awesome bumper and receiver hitch. Well, there's my steering wheel now. Not a bad one, but this will be cooler and a little smaller. This is a little too big. I got a new seat to put in here too for the driver's side. And here's my new Grant steering wheel. It's like I had on the old farm on my pickup trucks. I always put one of these on. And it comes with this cool chrome cap for your horn. And I got this cooler Jeep one. Yep, you get all the things for your horn. You got your hub and your cover. So this is a 13.5 wheel. I've got a 15-inch wheel, so that 3/4 of an inch may mean that I can actually fit behind the steering wheel. Right now I touch the steering wheel. And I don't like to do that. I don't like to stomach steer my Jeep. Oh, look at that steering wheel. It's a Jeep steering wheel. I had one just like this
without the Jeep button in my truck in high school. And I got belly room. Another day here. Someday I'm going to have to put a starter in this thing.